I watched a blind man eat alone at my restaurant every week for a year. Last night, I discovered why. Have you ever observed someone from afar creating stories about their life, only to discover the truth is more extraordinary than anything you imagined? For the past year at my small Italian restaurant, every Tuesday at precisely 7:15 p.m., an elderly blind man named Walter would arrive alone. He always ordered the same meal: spaghetti, bolognese, garlic bread, and a glass of Montepulciano. He'd sit at table 17 by the window facing the street. Our staff grew fond of him, his gentle manners, his precise movements, the way he'd thank each server by name after just hearing their voice once. What broke my heart was watching him eat alone week after week. Sometimes he'd turn his face toward the window as if looking at something. Other times he'd smile slightly as if remembering a joke, but always alone. Last Tuesday, Walter didn't show up. Wednesday past Thursday, I found myself worried about this man who had become part of our restaurant's rhythm. Then last night, Saturday, Walter arrived, but not alone. A woman in her 30s with his same silver gray eyes guided him to his usual table. I approached to greet them. "This is my daughter, Elaine," Walter said, sensing my presence. "She's visiting from Australia." As I took their order, Elaine leaned forward. "Dad's been telling me about this place, how you always save his table by the window." I couldn't help asking, "I hope you don't mind me wondering, why this specific table? Since you can't." Walter smiled. "See the street? No, I can't. But I can't smell the jasmine from the florist next door when they prop their door open, and I can feel the evening sunlight on my face until about 7:45 in summer." Elaine touched his hand. "Tell her the real reason, Dad." Walter's face softened. "This was where I had my last dinner with my wife before she passed. Table 17, she described everything to me that evening. The sunset, the people walking by, the candle flickering between us. After she died, I couldn't bear to come back for almost a year." He paused, his voice steady but quieter. "Then one day I realized I could still have dinner with her. She loved your spaghetti bolognese. Said it reminded her of our honeymoon in Naples. So every Tuesday, it was always our date night. I come and sit where we sat. I can't see the sunset, but I remember how she described it. I order what she loved, and for an hour it's like she's still with me." Elaine wiped a tear. "Mom died 12 years ago. He hasn't missed a Tuesday except when he had pneumonia last week." I stood there, napkins clutched to my chest, understanding at last. What I had interpreted as loneliness was actually a standing date, one that transcended death itself. Now every Tuesday I personally prepare Walter's table with a small vase of jasmine. I've instructed my staff to always describe the sunset to him when they serve his wine, and though we never mention our conversation again, he knows we understand. Sometimes love doesn't end when someone leaves this world. Sometimes it just finds a new ritual to survive.